Oh, I don't have to. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so this is it. This is the Elite Gourmet. One thing I can tell you right off the bat, it's all plastic. Not sure if I care for that. Everything is plastic. The door, I may need 2 hands for. There we go. Just pulls open. Magnets. As you can see, magnets. And again, plastic, 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 plastic. So I am not sure if I like that it's all plastic. It does have the fan back there. Metal, thank goodness. So, just snaps closed with the magnets. It does come with the, of course, the instruction manual. Okay, so you do get 1 mesh sheet with it, 1 fruit roll-up sheet, which also serves as the drip pan, and of course 6 of the metal racks that I put over here. So it says in the book that you need to run it for about 30 minutes as a dry run, and that it may let off fumes and smoke. That's normal. So even though this is not made to use exterior outside, I think for the 30-minute trial, I'm going to put it outside because I don't want all that smell or smoke in my house. So we'll try it for 30 minutes outside, let it run, see what it does. And then we'll figure out what to dehydrate as a sample to see if we're going to like it. I'm not too sure yet. Not sure at all. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it. Let's give it its dry run, and then we'll do another run, see if we like it. One thing's for sure, this is extremely lightweight. Hardly any weight to it at all. I mean, you could pick it up with 1 finger. Hey garden maters, welcome to Corner Homestead. Today we're in the kitchen. We got a new gadget that came in today, which is my new dehydrator. I had an old dehydrator that did not keep temperature or time. So I got a new one that's supposed to do all of that. Right now it's out on the deck, preheating to get the factory smells out of it, as they suggest in the booklet. So today, potatoes. I got a 10-pound bag of Russell potatoes that we got from BJ's. Fairly decent price. They were like $3.29 a bag, something like that. So I'm going to work on peeling them all. And then I've got my electric slicer. After I peel everything, I'm going to go ahead and slice them up. As I do so, I'm going to put them in a big bowl of cold water so they don't turn brown, anything. Normally, you don't have to peel the potatoes if you don't want to. But because these are not organic potatoes, and I'm not sure exactly what pesticides or anything have been used on them, I'm going to go ahead and peel them just to play it safe. We don't want to take any chances. So let's get peeling. Then we're going to go ahead and cook them. We got to blanch the potatoes before we can dehydrate them. Let's get peeling. So these are our potatoes that are sitting in the cold water waiting to be blanched. All of them perfectly sliced. Beautiful. What couldn't fit into my electric slicer hole, I did have to cut them in half, but that's okay. They're still going to work out perfect. So these I still have to blanch. Here I have the other half of the potatoes in here coming back to a boil. And this is what you want. You want to get all of that starch out of here. So once this comes to a complete boil, we're going to boil it for about 5 minutes. Then we'll take them out, drain them, get them right into a cold bath, and stop the cooking process. So you can see they're a lot more pliable than they were. This bowl here has not been blanched yet. See, they're very stiff still, where these are just perfect. Okay, so all our potatoes are blanched and they're all sitting here in cold water. Now it's time to start loading up the trays to get them into the food dehydrator. Now in the book that came with it, all food dehydrators are going to be different. Yours will differ from mine. But the book that came with this says that for any type of vegetable, the temperature should be between 125 and 140. The closest I could come to this, it does not have potatoes listed in it. Closest I could come was yams. It does have yams in there, which said the same thing, 125 to 140 for approximately 4 hours. I'm not sure what it's going to do. Like I said, this is brand new. I've never used it before. This is definitely going to be a main test for it. So I think what I'm going to do is put the trays in on 130 degrees, and I'm going to set the timer all the way up, and we'll check it in 4 hours and we'll see how they look. My guess is it's going to need at least 6 to 8 hours, maybe even 10, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping between 4 and 6 hours will do the trick. So we'll see. Let's load up the trays and find out. Okay, so one thing we definitely want to do when we place the potatoes on there, they can still be wet, doesn't matter, but you don't want to overcrowd. Lay the slices on with plenty of room between your slices for dehydrating. If anything is overcrowding, you'll have to go back and adjust later on. But you don't want it overlapping and you don't want it overcrowded. So we're going to just put as many on here, and I'm going to have to do a lot, even though I'm going to put as many on the trays as I can get. I'm going to have to do quite a few batches because of all the potatoes I have, and that's okay. Any potatoes that you cannot use today, just put it in the refrigerator in the bowl of cold water, and they'll be perfectly fine until you can dehydrate them tomorrow. Okay, so you can see that we have everything lined up here. Nothing is overlapping. Everything is on the tray perfect. Now we're going to do the other 5 trays, and then we'll pop them in the dehydrator. Okay, so this is our 6 trays of potato slices. I'm going to take them into the other room. I did move the dehydrator into another room because I didn't have room for it right here, and I don't want to sit on the stove all day. So I'm going to take them in the other rooms, put them in the dehydrator. We'll check them in 4 hours and see what we got. Took a little time to stack them all. A bit tedious, but hopefully it'll be worth it. Yuck! potato starch. Want to clean that over, boil. Okay, so it's been 4 hours, and they're getting there. But I do believe they're going to need a little bit more time. I'm going to give them another hour or two. Because, yeah, they've shrunk a lot. They definitely need a little bit more time. So one thing I want to remind everybody is if you don't have an electric slicer, that's perfectly fine. I didn't have one for years, and I did break down and buy one a few years back. It does save a lot of time, a lot of trouble, a lot of energy. If all you have is a mandolin slicer, that's perfectly fine to use. If you don't have a mandolin or absolutely no slicer at all, it is okay to do them by hand. When you slice the potatoes, you just want to try to get them as uniform in thickness as you can. Naturally, the thicker the potato, the longer it's going to take to dehydrate. So luckily, like I say, I do have my electric slicer. I did purchase it off of QVC, but it was so long ago, I'm not even sure if they still have them available. But it did make perfect, not even 1/4 inch. I would think there may be about 1/8 of an inch. The more I look at them, the more they really don't look like they're 1/4 of an inch. So they're definitely thinner. So hopefully it won't take as long to dehydrate them. Like I said, we're going to check them in 4 hours, see how they're doing. They may be done by then. If not, they may have to go a little longer, which is perfectly fine. You want them to be completely dried before you package them. These potatoes will be perfect in making scallop potatoes, au gratin potatoes, or you can just reconstitute them back again and make them into mashed potatoes if you want. But again, there's many things you can do with them. But I do plan to dehydrate the entire 10 pounds of potatoes and see just how many we get. So of course I will take you along with the entire process until they'll have the full 10 pounds dehydrated, just so we can see how many we get. So they're going to be great for long-term storage. I'm going to be putting some in mason jars and vacuum sealing them. And I'm also going to be putting some into mylar bags for even longer term storage and sealing them as well to put into the food storage. But all in all, I think it's going to be good. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can all see this very well. It took 5 hours in total to dehydrate the potatoes. This is just one of the 6 racks. So they are perfectly dry, almost translucent. When you put your finger there, you can actually pretty much see through them, almost. They are yellowish white in color, more white than yellow, but this is what we want. Perfect snap, perfect crunch. Now a lot of people will ask if these taste like potato chips. I can tell you right now they do not. They will just taste like raw potatoes because that's what they are. There's no salt on them. No salt went into the water, as you saw. So I am going to dehydrate a second batch now, which was the second bowl of potatoes from yesterday. I still have some more to peel, some more to slice up, so that we can do the full 10 pounds. But these, raw potatoes. I've got some of the potatoes into a quart-sized jar. I put it in an oxygen absorber. This is just an old used lid, already used. So for these, you just need a used one. And we're going to go ahead and vacuum seal. Let me bring this closer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and vacuum seal. Make sure our lid is on very good and secure. And we're going to seal. So this is it, Garden Maters. This is our final product out of the 10 pounds of potatoes that I did up, all sliced. I got 1 gallon size mylar bag out of it. that's already sealed. I got 1 quart size mylar bag. And I got 2 jars, 2 quart size canning jars. These I vacuum sealed. I know oxygen absorber in it. For some reason they weren't working when I put the oxygen absorber in. So I just went ahead and sealed them because these are going to go on the pantry shelf. Guaranteed they probably won't last too long. The mylar bags, oxygen absorber inside, and I just sealed it with my food saver machine. No special equipment needed. So as for the Elite Gourmet Dehydrator that I tested to do all this, so I bought this dehydrator off of HSN. If it's still available, I will put the link in the description box. I did not think I was going to like it because of the entire thing being plastic, but it did an excellent job on these potatoes, and I'm sure that in the end, anything else, whatever else I dehydrate into it is going to be just as good. The potatoes turned out wonderful. You couldn't ask for them to turn out any better. So I am certainly not sponsored or anything by the Elite Gourmet Dehydrator, but I needed a new one, and when I saw it, I just thought, well, I'll get it and try it, and to my surprise, it did a great job, and I would definitely recommend it. I've had no problems. All of the trays for the dehydrator are stainless steel. They were very easy to clean. I have no complaints with the Elite Gourmet. It does have a 1-year warranty on it, so hopefully if anything happens to it, I'll be able to get it fixed with no problems. Hopefully that'll never happen. But as for the dehydrator, definitely worth it. Potatoes turned out wonderful. This is quite a bit for just 10 pounds. So I think I'm going to be doing more. Next time I'm going to do some shreds, and I'll process them just the same. But that's it, garden maters. It was a long process. It took me 5 turns in the dehydrator, 5 times of loading the trays and doing all the potatoes. So back and forth, 5 to 5.5 hours each time. Took me about 2.5 days to get them all done, just by my schedule that I had to go with. But again, I think it was well worth it. I really do. I think it was well worth it. So I hope if you have a dehydrator or you're looking to get one, I hope you're able to get one and start getting some things dehydrated and put onto your pantry shelf. So until next time, whether it be from the garden or the kitchen, I always look forward to our time together. God bless. Take care. I love you. And I'll see you on the next video. Look at that. They're just waiting to come out. Y'all want to come out? Chick, 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 chick. I think they do.